Hey everybody, welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here. If we haven't met before, just think of me as your personal, highly caffeinated English teacher. Today, we're doing things a little bit differently. We're going to use this visual whiteboard to decode literally one of the biggest mysteries in the entire English language, everyday phrasal verbs. We'll be looking at the exact specific phrases native speakers use nonstop. By the time we're done here, you're going to be using them naturally too.
Let me ask you a question, and hey, be honest with me. Have you studied English for years, memorized all those rigid grammar rules, read the textbooks cover to cover, but you still feel totally lost when natives talk fast? You hear stuff like wake up or figure it out, and it all just sounds like this giant jumbled blur of words. It's incredibly frustrating, right? I completely get it. But here is the secret to fluent listening. Native English speakers absolutely love phrasal verbs. We use them instead of formal vocabulary in pretty much every single daily conversation. If you master this, you literally master everyday English.
Okay, let's dive into this. What exactly is a phrasal verb? Take a look at the formula we're drawing on the board. It's actually pretty simple to spot, even if it feels a bit tough to learn at first. We take a normal verb, right, and we add one or two tiny little words called particles, usually prepositions or adverbs. But here's the magic trick. When you mash them together, they create a completely new meaning. It's kind of like a linguistic puzzle.
Now look at the visual comparison here, because this is where so many students fall into a massive trap. You cannot translate these literally. No way. For instance, if you take the verb give and the particle up, a literal translation might make you think of handing something upwards to the sky. That makes absolutely no sense, right? The actual meaning of give up is simply to quit. Literal translation fails entirely here. You just got to learn the new combined meaning as its own whole new concept.
All right, let's jump right in. Verb number 1, get up.
So the crucial point here is that there is a massive difference between waking up and getting up. A super common mistake I hear all the time is students saying, I wake up from bed at 7. But listen, wake up just means opening your eyes. You know, you could wake up at 6 a.m. but lie there scrolling on your phone for an hour. The natural English phrase is I get up at 7. That means your feet hit the floor, you physically left the bed. To lock this in your brain, just imagine a giant arrow pointing up, straight out of a mattress. Now, if you want to sound like a native speaker, we really need to talk about sound linking. Look at the phonetics written right here on the board. Get up. Natives don't say get up with a hard, punchy T. No, we link the sounds together so the T sounds more like a soft D. Practice this out loud with me, wherever you are right now. Get up. I get up at 7. Hear how much more natural that flows? Awesome. Let's move to verb 2, figure out. You're going to use this one constantly. It's so incredibly common for tech problems, life decisions, or even just tough homework. But again, the real key is pronunciation. We don't say figure out. Everything flows into one single smooth word, figure out. I want you to practice this out loud right now. Say, I'll figure out a solution. I can figure it out. Blending these sounds is exactly how you stop sounding like a textbook and start sounding like a native. Moving right along, verb number 3 is run out. To memorize this quickly, picture a phone battery on our whiteboard dropping down to 0% and just dying. The phone ran out of battery. Now, what's really interesting here is the structure. Notice the pattern, run out of, followed by a noun. This is the exact pattern you need to memorize. We ran out of money. I ran out of coffee, which honestly for me in the morning is a total disaster. If you memorize this exact combination, your everyday fluency is going to skyrocket. Okay, moving to verb 4, give up. This verb carries a lot of emotional weight in English. Let's link the sounds here too. The E is silent, so the V connects straight to the U. It becomes give up. Let's practice this famous motivational phrase out loud right now. Never give up. Say it again. Never give up. Perfect. Keep that exact mindset for the rest of this explainer, because learning English gets tough sometimes, but you should never, ever give up. And that brings us to our final verb, verb 5, carry on. This is a super polite and incredibly common phrase, especially over in British English. And this brilliantly illustrates how all these verbs work together in real life. It is time for our mini story listening challenge. Listen closely at a natural speaking speed and try to catch all 5 verbs. Ready? Here we go. Yesterday, I got up late because my phone ran out of battery. I was trying to figure out what happened, but I almost gave up. Anyway, I carried on with my day. Did you catch all those blended verbs?
That is real, everyday English. All right, now it's your turn. It's time for the speaking challenge. I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm literally going to pause. I want you to answer out loud right now, wherever you're sitting. Question 1. What time do you usually get up? Excellent.
Question 2. Read it from the board with me. What problems are difficult to figure out? Tell me one out loud. Great answer. See, speaking out loud forces your brain to actually use the vocabulary instead of just passively listening to it.
Last speaking challenge. Question 3. How do you carry on when life gets difficult? Say your answer out loud for me. Brilliant. Answering aloud builds the exact speaking confidence we're aiming for in this session. You are doing great. Let's do a super quick review. Take a mental snapshot of this table on our whiteboard. We've got get up, which is physically leaving your bed. Figure out, meaning to understand or solve a puzzle. Run out, which means hitting 0, having absolutely no more of something. Give up, to quit. And carry on, which just means to continue your task. Just these 5 verbs alone will completely transform your daily conversations. Now, as your very enthusiastic teacher, I can't let you leave without a little homework challenge to lock in everything we learned today. First, I want you to create 5 original sentences using today's phrasal verbs, but apply them to your own real life. Second, write a short story paragraph combining all 5 verbs, just like our mini story earlier. Don't try to memorize hundreds of random words at once. Just use these 5 daily, repeat them often, and your English is going to naturally level up.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. Phrasal verbs are everywhere. In movies, music, casual chats, they are the absolute heartbeat of natural English. The question on the board is simple. Are you ready to stop speaking textbook English and finally carry on like a native? I know you are. Take these verbs, practice those pronunciation links, and go have some real conversations today. Keep practicing, and I'll see you next time.